Okay, this video is for the fucking boss man who's asking how do I balance soccer, school, work, play, and education. When I read this question, a few things came to my mind. The first was Joe Rogan, actually. Joe Rogan, he speaks of taking either kickboxing lessons or some Muay Thai lessons or karate lessons, and the instructor notices him and either for his hard work or his dedication, and then he offers him a position to help teach because he's so into it. So what started happening is as he improved his teaching, or as he taught more, he became a better student, and vice versa. So another story, Serena and Venus Williams, their dad either worked close by or worked at a tennis academy, and since they spent a lot of time around people thinking about tennis, training for tennis, they were introduced to high level players, and also just were in the area where they could practice, which increased their training volume, which led to them being great players. So I think you could train anywhere, right? I'm here in my kitchen. It's 4:16 a.m. and I'm adopting the Kobe Bryant training schedule, which is wake up at 3, train from 4 to 6, then nap or breakfast or do whatever you want, and then it's back at it again, right? Kind of a polyphasic, right? Multiple sleep cycles with multiple training cycles broken up however you want. But the point is that it took me such a long time to realize that even though I have spent thousands and thousands of hours, I'm talking tens of thousands of hours, training and going to and from practices, games, right? And my family as well have spent thousands of hours through soccer. Only until the past 6+ months, maybe 7 months, have I really thought about what my personal practice, right? My personal soccer meditation looks like, right? If I only had 15 minutes a day, how would I spend those 15 minutes and doing the most important things? I mean, you think about players, there's kind of a fine line between some players. Like, I feel like there's some players who are on the border of, okay, I want to get better, but I'm not sure how. And then there's some players who maybe they spend a lot of time playing, or maybe they're brought to practices, but they haven't really formulated. They're excellent players, but maybe they haven't come up with a traditional or come up with a routine that they can find joy in, and that routine is the joy. It's not like the winning the game is the joy, or being the best on their team. It's the practice becomes the reward. So I think there's an intersection of players who are just trying to get a little better, and as well as players who are already good, who can even get a little bit better every day. And that's what I guess I'm trying to help show people, is that you could train for 2 hours doing the wrong things, or you could study for a test, and if you're studying ineffectively, either you're distracted or you're studying the wrong material, you're not gonna do well. So I think, right, in terms of balancing a fulfilling life with work and school and play, they say at the end of your life, assuming you get a tombstone, right, there's only going to be 3 things. It's going to say good daughter or son, good husband or wife, and good father, good parent, right? So it's like assuming you treat your family right, and you treat kind of everyone with respect, right? The golden rule. Well, even those who don't treat you with respect. But anyway, it's like, as long as you can live a life with character, right, you're gonna be invited to play a lot of games, right? Not even talking about soccer, right? So if you live a noble life, or not even noble, just one where you treat yourself like someone who you care for, right? This is Jordan Peterson. If you could be an upstanding citizen, right, an ambassador of the world, that's like step one. And then right through that, if you can do that, then you'll have a good relationship with yourself and your family. So I think that's like the foundation of life, right? Good relationship with yourself, good relationship with your family. And then from there, it's like, you got a good family, or maybe not family, but then, if you can make good friendships through your passions, or maybe not even through your passions, right? Family and friends, super important. Your social circles and whatnot. And then from there, it's like you got to pursue what's meaningful. If I could do it all differently, growing up playing soccer for the past 27 years, I would blend together. I would have adapted this Kobe Bryant schedule much earlier in life if I had the choice. And then I would bring soccer with me everywhere I went. So I wouldn't wait to go to practice. Like I wouldn't wait to be at a designated place to practice more. So I would bring the ball with me more, right? I would pursue learning at a higher level. I would reach out to more to professional players and athletes, not just in soccer, but in kickboxing, in gymnastics, in Pilates, right? I would seek out world-class professionals, or even high-level professionals who can, right? In my town alone, I'm in Newport, Rhode Island, and there's a fantastic Pilates coach. Her name's Tracy. If you Google her, right? We're in January of 2023, and if you're around, you're watching this, if you're in Newport, check out Tracy. Man, her Pilates is unreal, and I knew she was a world-class teacher because I didn't say a word about it, but after my first Pilates session a couple years ago, she said, I've noticed you've got some tension in your back. Or how is that feeling? And I hadn't said anything about pain in my back, and that's when I knew that she was not only an excellent teacher, but very in tune with the body and was very knowledgeable. So, right, I think you got to learn every day. You have to seek out, right? If you're playing against players, or you're at different soccer. Right, you're at different soccer facilities, you're going to be running into different people, different coaches. If you see a player who does something tremendous, or you see a coach who catches your eye, you want to start to seek out the best people and learn from them, right? This is what Muhammad Ali did. Not only was he dedicated to his craft and to training 6 days a week, all day, but he also, right, I visited his memorial in Kentucky, and right, it literally said that that's what he would do. He would find people in the gym whose training was superior, or who he noticed, and he would just ask them, show me, can you show me how you did that? Or, where do I go to learn how to do XYZ things? So you have to be a student until the day you die, and you also have to be dedicated. Something that just comes to mind as well when you're thinking about what your day is going to look like, or how you're prioritizing your days. One of my new rules that I came up with when I was in Paris, at a bar in Paris, is not only bring a piece of paper and pen with you everywhere you go, just so you could write things down, but also a planner. A planner has changed, a daily planner. This is recommended by Gary Williams, I believe, the author of The Most Important Thing. So just carrying a planner with you will help you visualize days, weeks, months, and also, it'll give you the ability to get words on paper, and when you write things down, you remember them, and you can basically get clutter out of your mind, and it helps you be more focused and just grow your life more. So that's something I really recommend. Another thing I recommend is a skills kit trainer. Let's see if I could find it. 1 second. I've been formulating this idea of being able to train at a professional level and maybe not necessarily getting signed. So imagine your training was so excellent that you could step on the field in 4 years and play in the Olympics, or I'm sorry, the World Cup, right? So this is a ball on a rope. It's $24. You get it on Amazon, or you can make it yourself. And what this allows you to do is just train perpetually wherever you go. And why this is important is because as you raise your training volume, it's like you're not even practicing, but practicing all the time, right? So there's a story of the best chess player of all time, one of the best chess players of all time, named Josh Waitzkin, and he wanted to learn surfing. So what he did was, while he was in New York, he bought what's called a one wheel. A one wheel is like an electric skateboard, except you ride it going sideways. So, right, if you're driving forward, you're kind of standing on it perpendicular. So in New York, he would get practice riding the one wheel, and it was like he was surfing. So that when he went to Costa Rica and he went to go surf, it was a smooth transition. It came very easy to him. So this, right, the skills kick trainer, solo kick trainer, is to surfing. No, I'm sorry. The skills kick trainer is to soccer as the one wheel is to surfing, right? It's just gonna make it where, you're just getting touches perpetually, and you're not even faking. You're just here. You're breathing and you're aware and relaxed. So I think this is one thing that really improve your training. Man, I could go on for hours with more training stuff. But I'll leave you with those things, right? I'd get myself a planner. I'd get a skills kick trainer. You're 17 years old, you're a male. I would read the book Atomic Habits, James Clear. I would read Effortless by Jerry McEwen. Those two books have really helped me come up with a training routine, a personal training routine that's effortless, but also scalable, right? It's getting incrementally harder as I am getting better. So you're kind of, it's intuitive. It's not like, okay, here's my training thing and it's gonna be the same thing, forever. It's, okay, where are we at right now? And then, based on how that is, do we make it easier or do we make it harder, right? So you gotta be kind of aware of where you're at so that you can know where you're going. So I wanna leave you with those things. And I think, I hope you made it this far, and I wish you luck. So thanks for taking the time.